Hey guys, welcome to our first week on Koh Samui. Let's go.
Let's start with first impressions. Your first impression might be that I sound a little bit different. That's because I've got a flu, but more about that later. Our first impressions, though, when we were on a plane to Koh Samui after a crazy 5 flights, was that it looked absolutely stunning, right? The mountains and everything. It looked like Jurassic Park set. It was amazing. After that, when we got our baggages and all that, we met my dad's friend Ross. I've mentioned already. They haven't seen each other for 30 years, so they're when they were reunited, it was really nice. They were both quite emotional. And another first impression was that it's quite clean. We've been to Bali for our honeymoon, and one of the main areas called Seminyak was quite heavily polluted and quite it wasn't as clean, but we can see that this island is pretty clean and
Yeah, and there's
less
there's
polluted.
like a lot of signs everywhere saying to put the rubbish in the bin and stuff, which is
Yeah.
quite cool. Yeah. Yeah, and the people here are really nice. And we got a really warm welcome from Ross and his wife Nika. And they actually sourced our accommodation for us as well. So Ross picked us up and they took us to our accommodation, and that's when we met Nika, and she showed us around our house. So it's like a house with 2 bedrooms and there's a pool, and she showed us how to work everything, and the pool's actually got salt water in it. And
Yeah.
when I found that out, I was a bit like, what the hell? Like, that's so weird. I've never swam in a pool like that before. But it's actually really nice. Like, it doesn't feel that salty. And yeah, apparently the reason it's got salt in it is because the Thai people don't know how to manage the chlorine and like look after the pools properly.
Yeah, they
But
would usually like overdo it or something, and it
yeah,
would cause problems,
yeah, and like,
apparently.
and when we were on our honeymoon, my hair actually went green
Yeah.
from all the like the copper in the water and with all the chlorine and stuff like that. So I'm kind of glad that it's the salt water because my hair's been all right so far.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Fingers crossed.
Cool. So, just to let you know, this isn't an action-packed holiday, but it's mainly aimed at spending time with friends and family. So, let's look at what we got up to this week. Um, yeah, Laurie?
Yeah, so we're in the area called Laem Mai, and like about 15 minutes walk. We're at
Mm-hmm.
Laem Mai Beach, and it's a really nice beach. It's sandy and it's like really warm water, and it's like the sea. It's like really shallow for like a long time,
Yeah.
so you can like walk out for ages, and you're not even up to your waist really. And like Yuri's parents, they've only ever been to Scotland. That's the only sea they've ever seen. So this is like their first experience, like in a warm ocean.
Yeah, actually, when we were driving from the
Oh my
airport, oh my god,
god,
yeah,
yeah.
Ross, Ross stopped just for a bit for my mom to experience the sea because she was very excited about it. So she just like frantically ran into the sea, right, and like
And she ended up falling over
yeah,
into it and like
she
completely
tripped
got
and
drenched. Yeah, it was pretty funny.
yeah,
She was still happy though.
yeah,
Um, yeah, so that happened. And um, another thing that happens here is the weather rapidly changes. It's like Scottish weather, like on steroids. It's
yeah.
mental. It's like really, really warm, really hot, sunny, and you're enjoying yourself at the beach. And you turn around and like you're looking at the mountains, and then you see like like a grey cloud. And then you're enjoying yourself again. You turn around 10 minutes later, and that whole section's completely grey. So we were like, oh crap, we better pack up our stuff. And you're just packing up your stuff, and then it's just torrential rain. It gets absolutely mental.
So yeah, we we actually saw this once at the beach. We were just there for a wee swim, yeah, and from the side of the mountains we saw like this massive like storm. You could see the rain from a distance, but yes, literally in 10 minutes it was above us, and it was just like
Yeah.
it was pissing it down. And another one was at the market, yeah.
Yeah, and then we were at this market. I don't even know what beach we were at.
It was at this pier. I don't know. It was
Yeah, I
still on my
kind of
beach, but
yeah, I
yeah.
can't remember exactly what it was, but we were at this little market beside the pier, and it started like torrential raining, and then across the road, I don't know if it's like a telegraph pole or whatever, but it started sparking because there was so much rain. So like every so often it was like just sparking. I was like freaking out. I was like, don't go near the poles, like, and you're like scared to like, because once you saw that, I was like scared to like walk in the, like, there's water all over the road, like you have to go in the water. But it was like kind of freaky being like, oh my god, am I gonna get electrocuted or something? But we've been fine so far. Yeah, so in the evenings we went for some like night walks. Like we went down to the beach one night, and on our way there, there's there's street dogs everywhere, and when they see you, like some of them are quite excited, like they're wagging their tails and stuff like that, but they're very cautious of humans. Like they don't like to come close because apparently like the Thai people beat them because they don't want them near their stalls or whatever like that. So yeah, like, but there was this puppy and like this other dog, and like we tried ages like to talk to them, and they were so like excited and wagging their tails and stuff like that, but they didn't come over to us. But
And there
yeah.
was another incident of this, like, there is a lot of like ill dogs as well. Like you can
Oh
see
yeah,
that
like,
on their skin.
yeah, they've got like a skin disease.
So yeah, there was this one of them and another dog that had a collar, and we were just sitting there like during the evening at the beach, and they basically started fighting over us. It was like they were trying to claim us or something.
Yeah, I think they're just like territorial about
Yeah.
yeah, like they are, like some of them are friendly, like especially the dogs with the collars. They'll definitely come over and like speak to you, and like you'll just be like lying down sunbathing, and then they're just like right beside you, like you wanting a nosy in your bag, probably checking if you've got
Yeah.
some food or whatever. But yeah, I would definitely be a bit cautious of like interacting with more than one dog at the same time, because before those dogs started fighting, I was literally saying to you, Yiri, watch out, because one dog was wagging its tail, but the other one was like, yeah, it
Yeah,
went for it.
just use common sense, like, watch their body language, and you'll get along fine.
Yeah.
So another thing we experienced at Laem Mai Beach was a Thai massage. It's funny because I heard these infamous things about Thai massage from my old boss. Like, he was apparently crying when he got this done. So my parents and us, we just went all four together as a family experience, right? And it was actually fine. Like,
Yeah, because
yeah,
we did express, like, we were like, oh, can it be like gentle, like quite
or
light?
medium.
Yeah, we didn't want like full on.
Well, my dad definitely got a full on.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, I loved that massage. It was like the first massage I've actually had where I instantly felt the benefits, because while you're getting the massage, they're stretching you at the same time. Like, it's like a massive, it's like doing a yoga workout, but they do it for you. They're stretching everything. So I absolutely loved it. It was a bit painful at times, but it was ace.
Yeah, she thought I wouldn't enjoy it at all, which some of it I wasn't that happy about. But yeah, overall it was good. Um, yeah, and then one time when we went to swim at the beach, right? These three grannies, just like with the bags, they walked along the beach.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
yeah. So what happened was Yiri and his mum and dad, they were in the water, and these like Thai women approached me, and they were like, "Oh, miss, like foot massage, and all this sort of stuff, or foot scrub." And I was like, "No, I'm fine." And they kept talking to me, so I was like, "Oh, maybe like in a little while." And they were like, "Oh, is that your family in the water?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Okay, we come back, yeah." In that day, like Laddie pointed out Kevia Tosh's toenails to us in the
Yes.
morning.
So basically, my dad, there was so much happening, he didn't get his toenails cut or something, right?
But it's ridiculous. Like they
No.
were like claws,
Yeah,
yeah.
it looked like, yeah.
And the whole morning we were all like making jokes, and his dad was saying that like he's gonna use them to like climb up coconut trees, like crack coconuts open and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
so
Yeah.
basically when these like old women, like one of them saw his nails, yeah, she was like, oi, oi, oi.
Yeah. So when like I went into the water and they all came out, and I just saw them like approaching them, and I couldn't stop laughing. And Yuri was like, "Did you send these people after my dad?" And I was like, "No, I was just saying like maybe we would have it." So yeah, like I came out the water eventually, and we ended up all getting like a foot scrub and that. And
Yeah.
it was really nice because it's quite relaxing, because you don't have to go anywhere. Like they've got like a blanket, and yeah, and it's nice. You get like a fruit scrub and lotion and stuff like that, and They do heaps of other things, but
You can also, by the way, negotiate prices in many places, like markets or even with people like this. But the prices were fairly reasonable.
yeah, I think because for like for UK or like European people, it's like so cheap that like I even feel bad
Yeah,
negotiating like the
exactly. Yeah.
price. Like I'm like, oh, it's so cheap. Like I want those people to like have a like make money that day.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously for us traveling, we're gonna have to be on a tighter budget. But
Yeah.
like we're just using this as like a holiday just now, which it is. So
Cool. So another thing we saw, so this is Laem Mai Beach done, right? Another thing we saw, it was actually the second day we were here. Ross took us to this place where these strange rocks called Hin Ta and Hin Yai, which is basically grandpa and grandma rocks. And
like people say like they represent like the genitals of like a
well,
male and
they
female,
look
right?
like
Yeah,
genitals,
they
right?
do. They do.
Like, yeah. So if
But
you're
it, like
curious about it, Google it up. So
yeah, but it's like a really beautiful like ocean and like sea bit as well. Like
no, the whole thing looks really beautiful until you look right and there is a massive rock penis, or when you walk down and there is this like
yeah,
massive rock vagina in front of you. Yeah,
yeah,
so that's it.
it's funny though. Yeah, and then after that, Ross and Nika, they took us to this like waterfall. What was it called again?
Well, it's this the bit we went to doesn't have a name for the waterfall, but it's on the Lipayai River.
Yeah, and we drove there on we had like a truck. It was like a 4x4 truck, and we were going through the forest, and it felt like we were in Jumanji or something. Like,
Yeah.
because who was in the back? Me, you.
Well, Nika was there, Andre as well, their son.
Oh yeah, there was like
Yeah.
4 or 5 of us in the back, right? And Jiri and Andrew, they kept like standing up, but every so often they would get like smacked by palm leaves or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Oh, and we saw that poisonous spider, remember?
yeah, there was this massive, yeah.
And it was like it
And
had yellow back.
yeah, there was this like spider hanging on a tree. So I was like freaking out after that. I was like, I don't want like a spider getting flung at me from the palm trees or whatever.
Apparently, if you got stung by a spider, it would take like maybe 10 minutes. You would be fine after that, but you would probably be in excruciating pain during those 10 minutes.
Oh
so-
my goodness, yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, so then we went to this waterfall and it was absolutely gorgeous, and there was like different levels of it. So if there was like people in like a certain pool part or whatever, you would just go further down, and it was like it felt like your own private like section, and it was ace. It was really really stunning, and like the water was so nice and cool and refreshing. But we also got told that like quite a few people have died there from like silly accidents, like taking selfies or just falling off the rocks. Like it is really dangerous at the same time.
It's
So
very slippery there.
yeah, you've got to be like super careful.
There was one Czech man actually that died there recently in February. So
Yeah, really really sad. Yeah, but it was stunning. Like we had a good time, but yeah, be
there
careful
was a
for
bit.
sure.
There was a bit like you could kind of like climb through. Remember, you couldn't get up there, and apparently you swim under the rocks and get into this like small
Like,
cave.
Yeah, like a little lagoon bit.
Yeah, but wow, it looked really dangerous.
Yeah, like
so-
it was really dangerous, like getting up to that part. Like someone had put a rope there,
Mm-hmm.
but there was like a constant flow of like water coming down. And I tried getting up it, and I like it's just so slippery.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, you thought I nearly killed myself.
Yeah, well, Laurie fell and it looked like she almost hit her head, but
My
yeah,
mum
so-
and dad's gonna freak out. I'm fine. Nothing,
Yeah,
nothing serious
it's fine.
happened.
It almost took my underwear down. That could also make some people freak out. So yeah, the next thing was the Chawang area. So
Oh yeah, that was really cool. So that was like it's like a famous like nightlife strip with lots of markets, lots of food. We went there and it's really beautiful. There's lots of fairy lights and stuff like that, and yeah, and then we went for some food in a market. Then we walked along the strip with like had clothing and all that sort of stuff. There was like hair braiding and stuff like that, and then there's like lots of like resorts along the beach, and we just went up to one of the hotel bits and was like, oh, can we get access to the beach? And they said that you usually need a coupon or something, but they would let us in. So I'm not really sure, because we're not staying in that area. I don't really know the ins and outs of it, but we managed to get onto the beach, and it was so cool. There was like really really nice like seating areas looking onto the beach, and you know there was like candle lights, and there was like further up there was like DJs, like it seemed like beach parties and stuff was
Like
going
every
on.
Friday, apparently there's like this massive house party or something.
Yeah, it looked
And
ace.
yeah, and there is also like quite a few. There was a reggae bar on that beach, but there's also like reggae bars in other places we've seen here as well. So it
Yeah,
seems to be quite popular.
yeah, there's lots of like different types of music and stuff like that. So we kind of just chilled there for a bit. In the sea again was really warm and nice. Like we just like were walking along with our feet in the water. Yeah, I want to go back there. It was really
Yeah.
cool.
The next sites we went to see were these two famous temples, where I almost lost my wife from heat stroke or whatever you call
It
it.
was so hot.
Yeah, it was like Taj Mahal all over again.
Yeah, it was like so hot. It was unenjoyable for me. I was like running and hiding in the shaded parts, and they would be like, "Where's Laurie?" And I would just be like hiding under a tree somewhere. It
Or
was,
went to a store to pretend like she's actually interested in something.
yeah, just to get the aircon. It was so hot.
So yeah, it was really warm, but it was a nice cultural experience overall. I think we went to see this like big Buddha temple, which in Thai is called Wat Pho Lion. If any Thai people are listening, forgive me. Yeah. So it's this like very famous 12-meter or 39 foot high golden painted Buddha statue.
Yeah,
It's really it's you can see it on the horizon. It's quite nice. It's like on this like small island which is connected by this road. You can get there only by one road.
it's really pretty.
Yeah. And it was built in 1972, which is quite cool. But again, like I thought it would be more like a temple, you know, with monks and maybe some teachings or whatever, but it's more just as a
Yeah, it's more like I would say it's more like a tourist attraction, but
Yeah.
there was Buddhist people, like I
yeah,
saw
it's more like
praying
a
to it.
shrine or
Yeah.
stuff like that. And the second one, which is quite close by, is called Wat Pho Lion, which is this like it's got 3 sections basically. One is a Buddha temple of the historical Buddha, and there is another one of the Guan Yin statue from the Mahayana Buddhism, which is meant to be the goddess of mercy. It looked really cool. It's like this white massive statue with like many hands. It's like 12
Yeah.
hands, I think, or something.
I think like out of both temples, like these like that one, the last one we visited was the nicest one. It was like so pretty, and it was all like floating. It looked like it was all floating on water as
Yeah,
well.
it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was all like surrounded by water, and I did see a monk there as well.
Yeah, there was a monk in this one. Yeah.
Yeah, I did see, and also just to like let the woman know, I was like worried about what to wear and stuff like that, so I wore like longer shorts, just like a vest top, but I took a scarf to put over my shoulders. And when you get there, it tells you on the sign what's inappropriate and like what not to wear. But you can also like rent a robe, or I think it's free actually. It says you can borrow
Yeah,
a robe,
there's
so like don't like if you want to visit it one day but you're thinking you're dressed inappropriately, just go and just borrow a robe. You just pop it on and you can go
or
have
you
a
can
look.
just ask and maybe they'll be fine with it.
Yeah.
It's so warm, like
No,
people
that's
just-
what I'm saying,
yeah.
right? I was like literally dying because since we've been here, it's been mainly overcast, so it's been bearable. But the day we decided to go out, our car broke down. So then we had to wait till like noon to get the new one so we could go, which obviously it was roasting and it wasn't overcast.
Yeah.
And then I had extra clothing on, which I wouldn't normally wear. So yeah, I nearly died.
Yeah. So the third section of this temple was just this Buddha statue, which is the famous like laughing Buddha from the Zen Buddhism. So these three big sections of this temple were quite really nice to see. And then another thing we experienced was we utilized our pool. We had a one evening pool party here with our friends.
Yeah, it was quite
And
cool.
we used our Wonder Boom underwater, which it works, guys. If you're looking for like buying one,
Yeah, it like it's waterproof and it like floats and
yeah,
bobs on the water. It obviously like you hear the music better out the water, but
yeah.
if it falls in, it's like it's fine.
And that night we also learned a new card game, which Andre taught us, which is called Shit Hat.
Yeah.
It was quite complicated initially, but I think it's quite cool. It's
You
like,
really enjoyed it, but it was very confusing for me.
yeah, you won as well, though, so good.
Yeah, and we've been spending quite a lot of time at Ross and Nika's. Just like go like Nika's ace, like she makes us lots of nice food and
They actually live quite nearby from the house we stay in. It's like what, 3 minute walk or something.
2-3 minute walk, yeah.
Yeah,
So we go there and like I love being there. They've got like this adorable kitten. It like loves attention. Like it sees you, it starts to meow and it comes over. Like it loves to be petted, cuddled, it purrs all the time, it loves to play. It's really cute. So I'm always playing with a kitten. And they've also got some pet chickens. So during the day, the chickens obviously roam about, and there's some baby chicks as well. And there's one chicken, it loves to be petted. And then there's also these orphan chicks. I think there's 3 of them, and they're so cute. Like they'll come up to you and they let you pet them and pick them up and stuff like that. Their mum actually got killed by a street dog, so yeah, they're on their own, but they're super cute. Yeah, and then the other day we also went to Fisherman's Village, which is one of the oldest villages on this island. And it's like filled, well, it's obviously filled with seafood restaurants and like markets, and like it's got a gorgeous beach. So we would explore in that. And we also went to a green light market at the Green Light Cafe and Bar. And Nika had a stall there, and where she was selling her bread and strudels and like that sort of stuff. But there's also other stalls as well, and it's like filled with like vegan and vegetarian food. And I did see some meat, but I think it has to be like organic or something. Like I'm obviously not sure because I wasn't inquiring about any of that. But there was lots of, and like in that cafe as well, there was like live music, and everyone seemed to like know each other. They were like hugging each other, and it felt like a small community. It was quite nice. Some dude came over to our table and introduced himself and was like just asking about me and Jiri, and he was really friendly in that he was telling us that like that cafe does like salsa nights and all this
his
sort.
girlfriend does like yoga classes and stuff.
Yeah,
So,
it seemed like a really like nice place to be. So yeah, that was really cool. I would definitely recommend going there.
and that kind of transitions us into food because we love food, vegan food. So let's look at that. As Laurie said, at this Greenlight Market, Nika sold some of her food she makes at home. She makes sourdough bread, right? They have sourdough bakery.
Yeah, they've got their own bakery and they bake different types of bread. So like I think they sell like a rye bread and like sourdough bread, and I think they do some other bread. I'm not sure, but they sell it's like healthy
It's very
breads.
healthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, they also make strudels, as Laurie mentioned. The ones that they had at the market was the apple one and a spinach one.
Yeah, I think they do other ones as well.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
again,
but
this was
the ones.
we were just like, oh, which ones are vegan? So they had a sweet one, which was apple, and I think it was spinach and mushroom, the savory one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice. We obviously tasted the vegan ones and they were great. So yeah, and then Nika also made other foods. You know, when we were just coming over, she made this like amazing 2 hummuses, which were great.
Yeah, one was like like a cheesy hummus made with like nutritional yeast, and the other one was like I think it was just ordinary hummus, but it had some spices on the top of it, and it was really yummy.
It was very good.
Yeah, and then she made us vegan pizza, and it was
because
amazing.
They have this oven, right? They built, and wow, it was really nice.
Yeah. She made it was like the cheesy hummus again. So for our pizza, like I think we had mushroom, olives, spinach, and tomato on it, and then we like drizzled the cheesy hummus on it, cooked it, and then when it came out the oven, we put more of the cheesy hummus on it again, and it's honestly amazing.
Yeah. So there is also another market that happens here on Sunday on Walking Street. It's in Laem Mai area. It seems to be like that. They basically just do these markets on Sunday because the green light market is also on Sundays.
Yeah, it's on a Sunday from 3 till 6 p.m.
Yeah, and the one in Laem Mai, I'm not sure when it starts. It's like an evening one.
Yeah, it is an evening one.
Yeah,
So
probably like something like
people,
7 o'clock or something.
I'm not sure, yeah, but it was kind of wrapping up at like what time?
Oh,
Like
11.
was it?
We came
There,
home
like
at 11 yesterday, so I'm not
yeah,
sure.
but some people were like packing up about 9:30, 10. But there's tons and tons and tons of stalls. So
So yeah, there's a lot of foods, stuff we could eat. There's like heaps of healthy juices like they can make. You can buy different teas. There's like they make spring rolls, vegetable spring rolls. There's mango sticky rice.
yeah, that's really really nice.
Yeah.
It's just fresh mango, sticky rice, and then they pour coconut milk over it, and it's ace. Yeah, it's really yummy.
This market also sells heaps of clothes and just Laurie saw last Sunday she just saw like the fire show there as well.
Yeah, there's like singers and fire shows and stuff like that, like street artists performing.
Okay, so let's maybe focus more on specific restaurants. On the way to the waterfall, we stopped at this very rural Thai restaurant. Um, it was quite hard because they didn't speak any English, but Laurie she has this vegan passport on her phone.
Yeah, so
It's
it's
like
like
a
you download it and it translates in every single like language, basically saying that you're vegan and explaining like, you don't eat milk, egg, meat, fish, like going through everything. And then it gives the people examples, like, we eat like rice, vegetables, beans, like all that sort of thing to give them an idea. Because at this restaurant there was nothing vegan, but yeah, we were brought there anyway, so we were like, oh, okay, we'll just try and eat something, which to be honest I prefer not eating at restaurants that don't have vegan option, because I'm always scared that they're not sure to maybe put something in it like fish sauce, so I'm always a bit cautious. But in the end we ended up getting, it was like fried rice and
with
vegetables,
vegetables.
but obviously without the egg.
Yeah, and obviously we requested it to be without the oyster sauce or the fish sauce. So if you find yourself in any of these places, you can do that. Yeah, but they served us tap water, which if you don't know, just be careful about that. Otherwise, you're gonna have a hell of a time.
Yeah, like Nika and Ross who stay here, they say that it's fine,
No,
but
well, they have a well that's very deep, and they get water from there. But some other places might
yeah,
not be that
like
good. I don't know.
yeah, I would prefer to have it filtered or bottled
Yeah.
just in case, but apparently the water isn't that bad here. But yeah, I'm not willing to risk it.
Okay, and then we visited this funky veg cafe, or
Yeah, and that one's like it's 100% vegan, and I really wanted they do this vegan burger there and it looks awesome. And I was so excited. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go to this cafe and get this burger. And we got there and they didn't have any left. So
Oops.
yeah, I was like, oh no, I was gutted. But instead I got like this mango drink, and I got it was like stewed vegetables and mashed potato. It was really nice, but like obviously it wasn't what I wanted originally, so I was a bit disappointed.
and I got like a ginger drink and like an avocado wrap. I loved it.
Yeah, but I'm going back for the burger.
Yeah, it's gonna be on the next episode. So another restaurant we visited is quite close to the beach. It's not like a vegan specific or anything, but it's called Essan Inter restaurant, and there we were explained like what we could have. Like you can get some of these like rice noodles with it's a specific meal. You can ask it to be without the
Without the
fish
egg.
sauce and egg, and you can also have this coconut curry, which doesn't actually is not made with the fish sauce.
Yeah.
So it's called musaman curry, and it's like made with tofu and potatoes, but you still have like rice with it.
Yeah,
So.
and you have to specify, because like obviously you get the option of having like beef and chicken like that. But yeah, the bonus about this restaurant is the staff there speak really good English.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I feel comfortable like ordering from there. Yeah,
So,
and
yeah.
it's like a really good prices. It's quite cheap.
That night we also got like the fried Thai style noodle with tofu is called.
Yeah, so it's like like thick rice noodles, and it had like bean sprouts mixed through it and tofu, and it was just flavored really nicely. Yeah, it was really good. So yeah, with that, and then My favorite restaurant so far, it's called Lama Veggie Restaurant, and it's ace, right? It's got a daily changing menu, and it's only 80 baht, which in like in the pound,
Like,
it's £1.82 or something a meal. And then so on your plate you get a part of it's fresh salad, then you get like your rice, your main meal, and then another section. So for example, the other day we had like green Thai curry with rice, bean sprouts, and then papaya salad. And it was so good. And they also do like veggie sausages, burgers. They do spicy sausages, and they're only 20 baht. So when we go there, we usually pick up like 2 sausages and like order the meal, and it's like super cheap.
yeah, and they make this kombucha tea as well with blueberries. And oh my god, isn't it good? Like,
Yeah, it's good. It's got a wee kick to it. Oh, and they do desserts as well. Like they do they've usually got 2 desserts, and while we've been there, they've got it's like a coconut and lime slice and a caramel slice, and they're so good.
yeah.
Like really, really nice.
Um, so the next restaurant, which is actually my favorite one, called Wild Tripe Cafe. You walk there, it was far away than the other ones,
Yeah,
right?
like I would prefer, like it would be better if we like drove a certain
Yeah.
distance. Yeah.
So yeah, we basically got there, but it's like really nice. It's also like a resort. Um,
Yeah, they do like yoga, meditation, stuff like that. It's like,
yeah, all the hippie good stuff.
yeah.
So I got a smoothie called Beat It there, which was with beetroot, ginger, turmeric, and other things. And oh my god, I ordered this omelette from the menu. It had a vegan symbol, but
Yeah,
it
it
was
said something, it was like wild tribe omelet, and at the start of the menu it showed you the vegan symbols, so we were looking through everything, and I was like, oh, that's weird that it's called omelet, but I was like,
they
maybe
could
that,
make it with tofu and stuff. So why
yeah, we
not?
were like, oh, maybe, but and then even in the description it didn't say egg, it said like toast, like fried onion and whatever. And then his meal came, and there was this massive omelet on it, and I was like,
Oops.
I,
Yeah. So we talked to the staff, and they were apologetic, and they said the owner made a mistake in the menu,
yeah,
but it's
so
fine.
you got to order something
I
else.
ordered red curry, which she said it was the spiciest on the menu, so challenge accepted, and I
Yeah,
really enjoyed it actually.
and I took like one piece of tofu, and my mouth was spicy like the entire meal.
Yeah.
I just tried it. It was so hot. Yeah, I got a mango and passion fruit drink, and it had like mint or basil through it as well. It was really refreshing. It was really nice. And I got strawberry pancakes, and it was so good, but they were really filling. And the meals there, they're quite big, and I would say that restaurant is really expensive.
For the locals,
Yeah,
definitely.
definitely for locals, definitely if you're planning on traveling, it's expensive, but for holidays, like it was fine. Like it's
We just
just
wanted to try it. It was really nice.
yeah, I'm gonna go back like a couple more times, but it's not
Couple.
yeah.
All right.
it's,
All right.
it's not somewhere you would eat like every day.
Uh, Another restaurant we went to was called Kunai Vegan Buffet Restaurant. It was on the way to the temples actually.
Yeah, and the lady there, she spoke no English at all. Like she was really sweet, spoke no English. I think it was like 120 baht, and it was like all you could eat buffet. The food was really nice.
It was like traditional Thai food, but just made vegan. It was really cool. It was like 8 different dishes or something. Was
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it was, and there were like, a few of them were really spicy, and
Yeah.
some of them weren't, and it was really nice. But I think I've enjoyed other food better
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
So like,
definitely.
and it's quite out of our way to go there, so I'm probably not gonna go again.
Yeah, it's in the Chawang actually, in that
Yeah,
area. But the lady was quite funny. She was like, "Yeah, vegan, vegan. I've been vegan like 20 years or something," and she was telling us, and it
yeah,
was quite
yeah.
cute.
Like she couldn't speak any English,
Yeah,
but she was just like pointing, being like vegan, vegan. She was like
yeah.
super happy.
And then on the wall there was a sign, and it said like, if you leave a plate empty, you need to
No, no,
pay.
no. It was if you leave
Oh no,
if
yeah,
you leave
sorry.
any food on the plate,
Yeah.
you get like a charge of 100 baht,
Oh my god, yeah. So
which was
everyone was just like,
yeah,
chucking it down.
eating everything, yeah. But it was really nice as well.
Yeah. So there is also like
There's
Tesco.
yeah, there's Tesco over here. It's called Tesco Lotus. and it's so like obviously I used to work for Tesco, and it's so different. Like it's not structured like how I thought it would be structured.
Yeah, in the stores, you actually need to give them your backpack whenever you enter the store. I guess, like, in case you steal something, or I'm
Yeah,
not
I'm
sure.
not sure what that's about, but I thought like even though we're in Thailand, I thought everything would still be in English, like the ingredients and Thai, and it's not true at all. So for to be honest, like
Like, on many products it is, but, like, there's majority probably isn't in
yeah, like
English. So.
like back home we eat quite a lot of junk food. Like we would still eat quite a lot of crisps and biscuits and stuff like that because it's easy for us to like read, but everything's in Thai here and we don't want to chance like eating something or consuming animal products, so we've just been avoiding it completely.
Yeah,
So basically the only things we get from Tesco is like fruit and vegetables,
yeah,
like
which is
and,
fine.
and
It's quite
nuts.
nice.
Yeah, they've got like lots of nuts, and yeah, it's yeah, so to be like it's not very vegan friendly for us like shopping if we want to buy like junk stuff, but they've got tons of fresh stuff, which is nice. And they've got like no like vegan butters, no vegan cheese, like no processed foods really at all, except the only thing you can buy is tofu. Um yeah, so I'm guessing our bodies are thanking us for that.
Yeah. What about the two crazy fruits we've
Okay,
experienced?
so the best fruit in Thailand is called mangosteen, and it's the first time I've tried it's here. It's so nice, it's so
It
juicy.
looks so weird,
Yeah, but
but yeah.
it's amazing. It's so good. So yeah, I'm gonna live on that as long as I can. And there's this other fruit called rambutan.
Rambutan.
Yeah, and it's like this hairy fruit, and you like break it open, and it's I don't know how to explain it. All the fruits here are really colorful and beautiful, but I think like my favorite fruits here is the mangosteen and the mango, and everything's picked like really fresh. So it's
Hmm.
like, back home we're used to fruit getting picked maybe 2-3 weeks or whatever prior to it being ripe. But here it's just like cut down as soon as it's ripe.
Yeah. So that's pretty much like all the food mentioned, and for this week we've done a lot.
Yeah, we wanna be realistic and talk about some of the challenges we faced as
Mhm.
well as it being like amazing.
So let's start with me, right? Jet lag. First, I experienced it going to Bali. So I've kind of tried a few different things this time to avoid it, and I only had problems the first day, which is remarkable. When we were in Bali, I had jet lag for like 3 days,
Yeah.
which is really uncomfortable. So I do this breathing method. It's a part of this Wim Hof method. Many people who know me know I talk about it, and it's really effective with many things. But this breathing method can basically help you to kick back into the light dark rhythm, or whatever, the circadian rhythm. It should aid it. I don't know. I tried it and it worked. So um and another thing is, as I told you at the beginning, I caught initially a cold, right? And now it's like a flu. It's like a sore chest and stuff. But I think it's because,
Man flu.
yeah, man, flu. But it's because there is a lot of, all the shops have like ACs on, and it's quite like the temperature difference is very significant.
Yeah, it's
So
like drastically changing
if you're
all the time.
outside, yeah, it's like 30 degrees, you're sweating, you go into like 20-degree environment, and back and forth. That can definitely, kick you. I'm not
Yeah.
surprised, but it's a shame. But I'm recovering slowly but surely. Yeah, Ross actually gave me some remedies from his bank of knowledge. He said, "Don't touch your nose, whatever you do." So I've been just putting this like balm. It's like a tiger balm, right,
Yeah.
on my nose. No cold drinks. Drink ginger tea. Use a lot of garlic, and don't think about it. That was quite funny. So yeah, trying all that. It actually helped the first time. After I got a cold, I was feeling great the next day. But then we did more stuff, and today I woke up with sore chest and stuff. So.
Yeah, and some of the
Oh God. Another. Okay, there's another one connected with me, right? So Laurie's sunbathing, right?
right, I'm sunbathing, right? And my phone, I've got music on, and it's so hot. I'm like, okay, what I do is I always put like a towel or clothing or something over my phone. And I went into the pool, I came out, and we're way to go back in the room, and Yuri's heading in as well. And I was like, oh, Yuri, can you help me? Can you pick up my stuff? So
Yeah,
he,
but I did, because I only have like one functional ear relay. I don't hear where sounds are coming from, right? So
so
I
yeah,
picked up this like pillow and a blanket which the phone was in.
and then my phone fell, yeah. And he started laughing, like we were laughing about it, and I was like, yeah, you won't be laughing if it smashes.
Yeah, and
And
we
he
picked it
turned it
up.
over, and my phone is just broken into pieces.
Well, the screen is just like cracked everywhere. Yeah, so we'll try to fix it
Yeah,
soon.
I can't believe it. But yeah, it's like it still
I
works.
felt so bad about it, but
It's fine. Like it was an accident, so yeah, that's another thing we're gonna
yeah.
have to try and solve.
Okay, Laurie, your
Um,
challenges?
Yeah, for me, so I don't know what happened, but like 2 days were really intense for me, and I was just an emotional wreck and like a complete bitch to Yiri, and I was like miserable. I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know if it was just the realization of we've left home,
Mm-hmm.
and like we were so busy, like up until the point to leaving, like just getting everything done. And I think like being here, I've just had time to reflect, like, oh, I'm not coming home after this holiday. I'm like going away and doing all this stuff for 9 months. And it was just really emotional for me. Like, I was, and other things as well, like the animal exploitation here is so intense. It's so heartbreaking for me to see, like, all the animals in the tanks, like there's fresh, seafood, and people like going and picking what they want to eat, and these animals are still alive. Like, I'm never really exposed to things like that, so that was like really intense for me. And just like, what else happened? So that, like, the plastic use is mental here. Like,
Mm-hmm.
the UK is like, just getting on top of itself now, like trying to educate people, and reusing your bags. And here it's like, you buy something, it's wrapped in plastic, but then it's wrapped in plastic again, and then
Mm-hmm.
you go to pay for it and they're just chucking in plastic bags straight away, and you're like, no, I don't need the bag. And so like all these little things, like the plastic, like the animal exploitation, like how the animals are abused here, like seeing all the street dogs, like all these little things. And then, and on top of all this, it was my time of the month as well. And I've been bitten so much by mosquitoes. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
don't usually get bitten that much, but I think because it's my time of the month, I researched it. I'm like releasing these extra hormones, and apparently they fucking love it. So
Laurie said like 15 bites or something. It's really
no, I've
crazy.
probably got about 30 bites on
Oh,
me at
okay.
one time, yeah. And I wake up with like 3 new bites a day. Even though I'm like putting on the repellent, I'm doing the best I can to avoid it. So all these things are happening, and it was just, yeah, I've just been like crying and miserable. Like, I'm much better now, but it was really intense, like the first few days. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
knew I knew the animals, like seeing the animals, the way they get treated, and how people like eat here was going to be tough. But yeah, man, it was tough, like really tough. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so let's switch into some positives and what we most enjoy this week then. And for me, it was the waterfall, the temples, the music. We had this like one music night at Ross's house with a pizza. He was showing me a lot of different musicians, and we really connected through music, so it was quite cool. And oh my god, Nika's humans, right? The best. So that's my picks.
Yeah, and I really enjoyed the waterfall. Like, it was gorgeous. Like, I would definitely want to go back there. And the Thai massage for me was one of the best experiences I've had here, because, like I said before, it's the first massage I've had in my life that I thought it was worth it for the pain. Like, it's been a few days since I had it, and now I'm like, ooh, I want to have it again, because my back's getting a
Mm-hmm.
bit achy, even though I'm doing my yoga and stuff like that. And the pizza night, like Yuri said, like there was music, the pizza, like it was just ace. And last night as well, we went down to the market after we went for some food, and it was just really nice, like being able to walk about, properly look at all the clothes. Like, Yuri's mom bought me like a really nice dress for my birthday. And yeah, and then after we went to the beach, and it was Yuri's mom and dad went into the ocean. It was really funny, and they were like playing in the waves and stuff,
Yeah,
and it
they're
was
like
just,
kids. Yeah.
yeah, it was just really nice and relaxing. And yeah, it was like the whole thing's been really enjoyable. But yeah. So a special thanks and shout out goes to Nika for making like such amazing food for us and always catering for us and making sure like we're happy and fed. And Ross, thank you for being like our tour guide on Samui. It's been amazing.
Yeah, you can contact Ross on. Yeah, and if you like to connect with us, you can find us on Facebook and Instagram by searching Laurie and Jiri Go Wild. We'll be releasing pictures and updates about our travels there. Yeah, and if you have any questions, suggestions, or would just like to say hi, you can personal message us through our Facebook page or by email at ljgowild@gmail.com.
So yeah, that's it guys. Have a lovely day wherever and whenever you are. Stay inspired, happy and wild.
Much love guys. Bye.
Bye.